Hi everyone, this is Karen Hightower, design team member for Gina K Designs. Today I thought we'd do a little watercoloring project, and I'm going to use the greeting that comes in the You Get Me set. It is an incentive right now, free with the purchase, but it will be for sale in the future. I also will be using the Tropical Blooms. It comes in the new Stamp TV kit, Hearts and Flowers, and I'll be using the die that coordinates with this big rose image. I have a piece of black Onyx cardstock. This one is probably cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I will trim it down in a little bit. I have a card base that is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And then I have my mini MISTI. You can use any stamping positioning tool that you have, or you can do it just with a block. I find this easier with using Versamark and watercolor paper. You can get a real good impression that way. So I'm going to take the watercolor paper and my Magic Embossing Pad, and I'm going to rub that all over it, tap off the excess, and then I'm going to put this right here in my tool. So I'm going to, let's see if you can see that. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up with Versamark. I'm not going to do the greeting just yet because I will do the greeting in the black VersaFine in a little bit. So I'm going to close this, get everybody in the corner, and then I'm going to stamp it. Just press it down, make good contact. It needs a second stamping, I do believe. Yes, I can see that really good on there. Okay, let's get this heat embossed. I'm going to use Gina K Designs Clear Embossing Powder. It's a fine detail. And I'm going to get this all on here, and then I will heat emboss it. I won't make y'all live through the noise of that. I'll edit it out. I'm going to heat emboss this real quick, so I will skip this part. Let me get this die positioned, and we'll run it through our die cutting machine real quick like. Let's take this off very carefully because we need the watercolor background. So I have some water off to the side with a big brush, and I am going to use turquoise sea and some jelly bean green. I'm just going to put them right here on the mat. And these are Gina K Designs dye inks. So I am going to wet the paper, but a little randomly. I don't want to soak the whole thing. Alright, let's start here, and we're just going to add some color, pick up some green, and I like to blend the green up into that blue. And that's all I'm going to do with that background. Oh, I see a spot of mist though. Right there. I'll move this to the side. That way it'll have time to dry. Okay, so let's start with, we're going to do this rose in pink and orange. I'm going to do a little sweet mango, some dusty rose. Oh, that's bubblegum pink, I'm sorry. And this is the dusty rose. Let's do a little tomato soup. It's a little darker. Maybe a little wild dandelion. Let's start with the sweet mango here, and I'll do this bottom petal. If you get out of lines with watercolor, just wash it away. Okay, I'm going to grab a little bit of the bubblegum pink and put in here. And then I'm going to grab some dusty rose. And some tomato soup. And some more tomato soup. I like the way that looks. See how it blooms up? Ooh, I love that. For this part of the video, I'm going to speed it up. That way you can watch me color the whole flower in a short amount of time. So I just go along and keep picking up the dusty rose and the bubblegum pink to add to the petals. And then to give me the orange pink colors I'm going for, I'll add in some sweet mango. And then for the depth, I pick up that dark tomato soup and add it to base. I love that color. And then I just go color each little petal and do the same thing repeatedly. The pink and the orange and the tomato soup. Then at the top, the petals are very compact, so I am doing a wash, as you can see, with the dusty rose. I cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time that way. And then I can pick up the tomato soup and tap it at the bottom of each of those little petals, and the color will kind of wick up and blend. And it really makes those petals stand out a lot. I will finish up this rose with the same colors and do the other two. I do have a paper towel off to the side so I can wipe off the excess color on my paper towel. And then I will pick up the wild dandelion and I will add to this rose and the other two as well. But you can watch it as I'm doing it. I think it adds a lot of vibrance. It adds another layer of color, and I think it just kind of glows. I really like adding this wild dandelion to the pink and orange rose. Alright, so let's grab some fresh asparagus and some jelly bean green, and then we will fill in these leaves, and then I'm going to grab the fresh asparagus, which is darker, and I'm just going to tap it up the vein, and we'll do the same on this, and here, some more dark color down here. There we go. And I'm just going to lightly go around, but make sure you don't go over, because then it'll be blue on your leaves. And this is all I'm going to do. I'm just going to go around it. So I'm going to add a little green across here, just so it kind of matches the Okay, so there's our background. So what I'm going to do is grab the MISTI again. Let that dry some. Open the MISTI. And I will have to use my Embossing Magic Pad. And I will emboss it with the VersaFine black ink. I'll do it twice because I'm just going to put a little clear embossing powder over it. Okay, you can see it's got the powder on there. Let me get the heat tool. I won't make y'all listen to that. Okay, it's heat embossed. So now I'm going to grab my cutter. We're going to cut this down to just not quite 4 1/8, just under, because I do like a small border. There we go. And then I'll cut this off after I mount it. There we go. I love that I can use my Gina K Designs dye inks for watercoloring. It's really nice to be able to use them that way. So let's take this twine, and I'm just going to tie it around. I did about 5 times. I wanted more than just 3. Okay. I'm just going to tie it in a bow. And then I'm going to take and put this under here like so. But first we're going to add some foam squares. So we are just going to set it in that groove. Okay, so let's grab that card base. Let me move this stuff out of the way. And we're going to add some tape runner. trim off the ribbon. And then I like to finish the insides. Okay, so I have a piece of jelly bean green and the white that I will put on the inside. So I'm just going to put that there like so. And then I like to put stuff on the inside that goes with the stuff on the outside. So then we're just going to stamp the rose image. Then I'm going to turn it on the back side. Grab the black onyx. I like to add the same image or something that coordinates with that image to the back as well. So I'm going to add a little more ink to the rose, and I'm just going to stamp this whole image here like so. And then I will sign it. So we have the background watercolored with the flowers. We have the inside stamped and the back done. And that's it for today. I hope y'all have enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed doing this watercolor with y'all. I hope you have a wonderful day, and subscribe to my channel, please. And come visit me over at karenscreativemess.blogspot.com. Thank you, and y'all have a wonderful day.